with the big boys of boxing, the heavyweight division. Let's first welcome the challenger, Martin Bakole.
The heavy-hitting monster from Congo, who now resides in Scotland. Boy, Sergio, what an intimidating man. Just being around him all week, you're thinking, how is Anderson going to handle the pressure and power of Bakole?
And that's what Bakole is banking on. You know, he says he's going to take that heart of Jared Anderson. He's going to test him. He says he hasn't been in there with anybody of his stature. Now we know the resume, the better opposition is on Bakole's side, and he's going to test the resume of Anderson and the chin and the heart of Jared Anderson tonight.
Yeah, this is the gamble that Martin Bakole is making. He really believes that when the going gets tough for Jared Anderson, he is going to fold. Now, we've never seen Jared Anderson face the kind of adversity Martin Bakole could potentially bring. But if you go back to that heavyweight fight he had against Charles Martin, a faded former champion, but a big guy. 5th round of that fight, Martin had Anderson hurt, so you have to wonder if Bakole gets him hurt, will he be able to finish him?
Talk about a true 50-50. Those of you on the Fan Zone, on the DAZN app, say Anderson 51%, Bakole 49%. That's how this feels, Sergio. I think it could go either way.
Hey, listen, we work with a lot of Brits, and we work from a lot of people across the pond. It's 50-50. Of course, you know, the Americans think Anderson has a shot to do this. Everyone across the pond is Bakole. Either way, man, this is going to be a destructive performance from either one.
Bakole turned pro, and Jared Anderson was 14 years old. And we saw him in October of last year against Carlos Takam, and he absolutely destroyed the 42-year-old gatekeeper. Did you learn anything from that?
Well, that Martin Bakole still has great power, that's for sure. He's also a very active puncher. You see this guy's body, you think maybe he's just a one-punch, blunt force knockout artist, but he throws a lot of punches in his fight, especially to the body. So in every possible way, Bakole is going to test Jared Anderson tonight.
The undefeated defending champion, Jared the Real Big Baby Anderson.
Jared Anderson, is he ready for a fight of this magnitude? At the age of 24 years old, he said, Turki Al-Sheikh called him directly and said, would you fight on this card? And he said, yes. He said, well, who do you want to fight? And he said, yes. Basically, I'll take anybody you give me. And he said, what about Bakole? And here we are, Sergio. If you were Jared Anderson, would you have said yes to Bakole?
Hey, if you have aspirations of becoming the heavyweight champion, you got to go through fighters like Martin Bakole. So you have to, especially on this big stage. I mean, where all eyes are going to be on you in front of His Excellency. Absolutely, I would have said yes.
I'll say this. If this was simply a top-ranked decision, top-ranked, of course, the promoter of Jared Anderson, this fight would not have happened. I think they would have preferred 1 or 2 more fights in between an opponent like Martin Bakole, especially since you have a new trainer in the corner of Jared Anderson in Sugar Hill Stewart. But when Turki Al-Sheikh calls and says, I got this much money for you to fight Martin Bakole, all those decisions, they kind of get thrown out the window. So here we are with Jared Anderson in what I think is a sink or swim moment. If he defeats Martin Bakole in the same way he's defeated other opponents, we could be looking at the next heavyweight champion of the world. If he doesn't, well, he could go in a very different direction.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it will be for the WBO International and vacant NABF Heavyweight Championships. brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, and promoted by Eddie Hearns, Matchroom Boxing, Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Sella and Gold Star Promotions in association with Bob Arams, Top Rank Incorporated, and Boxer. It is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, Chair Peter Villegas, Executive Officer Andy Foster, along with the World Boxing Organization, President Francisco Paco Avancarcel, Supervisor Gustavo Olivetti, and the North American Boxing Federation, President and Supervisor Dwayne Ford. Our 3 judges assigned will be Max DeLuca, Fernando Villarreal, and Steve Weisfeld. Our referee in charge will be Jerry Cantu. Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing black and gray tartan trunks and weighed in officially at 284.4 pounds. A native of Kananga, Democratic Republic of the Congo, he is now fighting out of Green Gares, Scotland, and brings a professional record consisting of 20 wins, just 1 defeat, 15 of his 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBC International and IBO Continental Heavyweight Champion, Martin Bakole. And his opponent across the ring in this championship contest, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing blue with white and weighed in officially at 252.4 pounds. Hailing from Toledo, Ohio, he brings an undefeated record with 17 wins, 15 of his 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBO International Heavyweight Champion, Jared the Real Big Baby Anderson.
Mouthpiece. Your trunks are a little high, right here is going to be legal. Yours a little bit high, right here is legal. Gentlemen, you were giving your instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
Jared Anderson taking a massive step up in competition. Is it a step too far, or is he about to break out on the world scene as the next great heavyweight? He'll be facing a monster in terms of power and output. He owns the number 2 and number 3 spots in terms of most total punches thrown by a heavyweight in a single round. He's thrown 147 in one round before. Let's see what he does here against the 24-year-old American heavyweight.
You could just see the size difference. I mean, how wide, how big Bakole is compared to the smaller, shorter, but more athletic Anderson.
Anderson, while a lot of people were concerned about him taking this matchup, he's not. Saying, listen, he's just brute strength, has no ring IQ, he'll be easy to hit.
Hey, George Foreman was just brute strength. He was the scariest man in the heavyweight division for a long time.
Bakole being very apprehensive early here, letting Anderson try and find the range.
I don't think he's letting him. I think this is the athletic part of Anderson. You know, Anderson's gonna want to use speed, footwork, get in and out. What he can't do is stay too long in front of Bakole with his head in the same place, because he will get time.
He's got that right hand cocked though, Chris.
Yeah, it does. But Anderson's doing a nice job focusing on that body. A couple fights earlier against Andre Rudenko, Anderson landed 72 body shots. That was more than 50% of his total output. Big midsection on Bakole. I'd expect to target that all night.
Anderson fighting from the southpaw stance, giving Bakole a different look.
Nice body shot with the right hand from Jared Anderson. 17-0, 15 knockouts.
You can't worry about Bakole taking those body shots now. These are an investment for later on in the fight.
Bakole, absolutely a stationary target. But that means his feet are set to hit you with something hellacious. But it's Anderson with a nice left, then the right.
You could already see that Bakole is not going to keep up with the punches and the speed and the footwork of Anderson. He's just looking to time that one shot here. Flashes of Michael Moore and George Foreign right here.
I'm sorry, Sergio. It's just funny that Bakole does not care about these body shots coming from Anderson. He is giving up that entire mixed midsection while he tries to find his range.
Yeah, when you're that big, sometimes you take those shots easier, but no, they're bound to wear on you. They'll get annoying on it. Look at that.
He's just standing there and absorbing them.
Those are hard shots to the belly, but yeah, you don't see a look or a grimace on the look at Bakole at all.
Oh, left hook. Oh, and a right hand, and all of a sudden Anderson is down for the first time in his career.
And that's what I was talking about. Bakole was just timing him. Anderson was getting way too carried away, poking away from that southpaw stance.
The Congo monster was just waiting to land the big shot, and he did it, and Anderson makes it to the end of the round.
2 minutes and 55 seconds. That was an entirely Jared Anderson round. Over 5 seconds, Martin Bakole changed that.
You gotta just watch it when you stop pulling out so much, it's a slide in, you know what I'm saying?
When you getting off, you got to
Spit bucket. Look at me. Good round. Just got caught with one shot. Fix that. We got no problems here. You got to slide up in there.
Bakole wasn't punching much, but he was looking for the right punch. Beautiful shot, well-timed uppercut. And look, Bakole's more than just size and strength. It takes timing and accuracy to land that uppercut. Look, he was waiting for the right shot, the right moment, for the head to be there, and boom. What a shot.
We all wondered what would happen when Jared Anderson faces adversity for the first time. We thought maybe in the later rounds he would have to answer the call, but now, 1 round into the fight, he's got to answer the call, Sergio.
And that's what we want to see. Now we're going to test the heart of Jared Anderson, and this is exactly what Martin Bakole said he was going to do, and now he's doing it.
You know, the right advice from Sugar Hill Stewart in the corner, you don't need to change a lot. The way he was fighting was smart. Martin Bakole is susceptible to that. When he fought Michael Hunter won in most of those rounds behind a good jab and a lot of speed. That's what Jared Anderson's going to focus on and stay away from those big shots.
What's going through Anderson's mind right now, do you think, Sergio?
And he can't believe he went down in the first round already. He's going to have to respect this man every minute of every round, and he cannot stay stationary for 1 second. He's going to have to keep moving to the left or the right.
Straight right hand from Bakole, who looks like he's got cement bricks for hands.
Breaking you. Hands up.
He's got that Zheli Zhang power, doesn't he, Chris? If he touches you, you go down.
Bakole almost landed that right uppercut again.
These are big, powerful heavyweight.
Another uppercut, left hook. Anderson's getting his, though.
Not like Bakole's getting his.
Gotta get off the ropes if you're Jared Anderson. You can't get into a close range fight.
Trying to hold on to the big bear, that's not going to work. Only 1 loss in the career of Martin Bakole. And since then, he has been flawless. 9 straight wins, 7 by knockout since losing to Michael Hunter.
And that loss you can blame on a shoulder injury.
I think you can blame that on Michael Hunter, too.
And Michael Hunter as well, absolutely. But he did get his shoulder injured.
Boy, Anderson just can't seem to figure out how to get on the line of fire. Trying to hold on, trying to escape.
And when I was watching and studying Anderson, I saw a lot of similarities to Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter's a brilliant boxer, but he's tough. He can take a big punch. Anderson, we questioned whether he could take a big punch. He went down the first time he took. Now he's gonna have to face adversity for 10 more rounds.
Yeah, Anderson going punch for punch with Bakole right now. Not sure that's the smartest thing. As Bakole lands another right.
Hands free, let him go, let him go.
I'll tell you what, Bacole's just missing that right uppercut again. It's bound to land. If that's the game plan Bakole had, they're going to keep throwing that right uppercut.
Big uppercut from Anderson as the clock winds down in round 2.
Time!
You're hitting the bigger shots, but don't let him out jab you, Martin, okay? You hear me? What do you mean?
Go on, you spray
Don't
him.
let him out jab you. Just keep a weight down, mate.
That's Alton.
Okay, do not let him outwork you at all. Okay? See when he's coming in, bring it up. Both hands. Okay? And roll away.
Here's that right uppercut, and that's exactly what they're telling Bakole in the corner. We need more uppercuts, right and left uppercuts, and that's because Anderson keeps dipping his head down in that position. See, even right there where he lands the right hand, he dipped down with his chin down, ready for another uppercut. It's gonna be a long fight for Anderson.
You know, there really is, Sergio, kind of a Foreman-esque quality to Martin Bakole there. He'll take some of your mid-level punches, but if you get range of his shots, you can have a hard time going through it.
And we're talking about late in his career, George Foreman, not the 22-year-old George Foreman. There's a left, and you saw the head of Anderson move about a foot to his left. Talk about heavy hands. Bacole's got him. And again, Anderson just can't hold on. He's trying to grab Bacole's arms. Like that.
Heavy body shot by Bakole. Anderson landed a sneaky body shot, but it was nothing compared to the power of the ones that Bakole was landing. See, there it is again, another sneaky shot by Anderson.
And you can see Bakole now at least reacting to the body shots a little bit.
No, they're gonna take their toll. He can't keep getting hit cleanly like that. That's going to be the bread and butter for Anderson. That's going to be the key. Just keep picking and poking at the body of Bakole.
And Chris, look at the power punches landed through round 2.
Yeah, 21-13 in favor of Martin Bakole. 62 thrown power punches. Everything Martin Bakole is throwing is a knockout shot.
And you look at a guy the size of Bakole and you're thinking he's got to slow down at some point. He's just too big, and a right hand lands for Anderson.
The body shot's a good uppercut by Anderson. That's going to be the key right there. You just focus on this monster's body, whether they're jabs, or they're uppercuts, or they're left or right. There you go. Beautiful body shot by Anderson, caught an angle.
It's like a Mike Tyson's punch-out, King Hippo, right? You got to go right to the body.
That's an excellent example. Only Bakole doesn't have the Band-Aid to aim for. There it is again. I love those body shots. That's going to be it.
We thought this could be fight of the night, and boy, is it playing out like it could be as Bakole lands a right hand again.
Bakole just barely missed a big right hook.
Anderson's eyes don't look too clear right now as he eats another one.
He's giving it back, though. Jared Anderson is not stopping throwing punches.
Incredible to think that this is just round 3.
Good body shot by Anderson. This is going to be one of those fights where Anderson must show hard. He's going to have to show resilience to beat this monster off him.
Swing and a miss.
This is what we expected, guys. This is exactly the fight we expected.
And it's a fight that never would have happened except for Riyadh season. And this isn't even close to the main event. We've still got 3 more to go as Anderson's having some success.
hip on him.
Don't abandon that body.
Get your breathing. Deep breath out slow. Get that breathing. Slow it down. Slow that breathing down.
You tell the body, listen, you got two options. Either you touch the close the gap strong, or the and turn an angle. It's big ass slope right here.
Get your breathing together, big dog. Look at me. Get that breathing together. It's slow. There you go. That's the first thing you work on.
And there you go. There you see Anderson from the southpaw stance getting an angle. If he can continue doing that, but he has to check the defense, punch and dip. Bakole's trying to punch with you, and big uppercut right there from the left side now. Dropping Anderson in the prior round with the right uppercut. Now lifting that head up with a left uppercut. And right back comes Anderson. What a back and forth action here by two big men.
Stop. Go.
You talk about a fighter earning the other fighter's respect. I think they've both already done that in the first 3 rounds. These are the kind of heavyweight fights that everyone loves. Sean Porter, what do you think? We'll get with Sean in just a minute here. 2:30 to go in round 5. Left hook to the body from Anderson.
That's good. I'll say it again. That's going to be the key here for Anderson. If you can double up on those body shots, I don't care how much mass there is right there on Bakole. They're bound to break through.
All right, let's check in with Sean.
Yeah, I got to give this kid credit. He's more mature than I thought. I thought that after the first round, this fight might be over. Bakole is big, he's strong, and very, very determined. But I like Anderson still continuing to find a way to fight.
Nice left hand there from Anderson. He's not backing down from this monstrous challenge of Martin Bakole. If you're just tuning in, Anderson went down in the first, and it has been a slugfest ever since. Oh, and the head snaps back. Bakole with another good moment.
Anderson mixing it up with the bigger man. No more boxing. Flat-footed and mixing it up.
Gotta be careful, though. I know there's an instinct to go in there and mix it up as a fighter, but his path to victory is that range. Keep going to the body, use that length, use that speed. Bakole is the bigger puncher in this match.
I don't think anybody can question the heart of Anderson anymore. He pulled himself off the canvas, fighting toe-to-toe with this monster.
Leaping left from Bakole, and again, last week it was Chisora and Joe Joyce with one of the best heavyweight fights you'll see. We're getting something very similar here in Los Angeles.
That's what Anderson better start doing. Just resorting to the jab and boxing this big man. Do not go toe-to-toe. Do not exchange with him. He's way too big for you.
And against the ropes is Anderson. He can't stay there. Needs to use every inch of this ring.
Bakole there doing the smart thing, leaning on Jared Anderson, putting his entire close to 300-pound frame on the body of Jared Anderson.
Boy, that right just missed.
Both of them exchange big right hands right there. They both hit each other's shoulders, but wow. Any of those punches land, someone's going down.
Bakole in his lone loss, granted, it was a long time ago, 5 years, but he was stopped in the 10th round by Hunter.
This is a good round for Anderson. I like what he did. I like what he did there in the second half of the fight, boxing.
Speaking of heavyweights, Riyadh season hits London. Wembley Stadium, close to 100,000 will be on hand for AJ versus Dubois.
Okay, you can't beat your jab.
Stay still.
Okay?
Eyes, just eyes. Clean it.
Clean his eye. Alan.
Okay.
Anderson's staying in that southpaw stance, going back and forth. But when he's in the southpaw stance, he's getting hit with those right hands, double right hands. And then that left uppercut he got hit with earlier. But then from that orthodox stance, that's exactly what Anderson needs to be focusing on. No more switching. Bakole's getting the better of him. He had a good second half of that round, but that first round was all Bakole.
Anderson has been in the ring, although sparring with some big-name fighters that come in with a lot of size. Most notably, he helped prepare Tyson Fury for one of his fights with Deontay Wilder. Good right hand from Anderson, and was set up by the left. Crowd filling it nicely here at BMO Stadium, and this is shaping up to be the fight of the night. All-action heavyweight slugfest.
Bakole is faster with his hands than his body looks. When he wants to punch with speed, just like that, he alternates his power and his speed. Very tricky fighter, Bakole.
Bakole almost doubling the output of Anderson, and he's got 14 more landed power punches. And his power punches have more power than Anderson's.
Good body shot there from Mark Bakole.
Little sneaky uppercuts again.
Caught him and he went down. Innocent looking punches, but they did the job for the second time.
You know, that isn't about an accumulation of punishment. Martin Bakole has been throwing that uppercut repeatedly through the first 4.5 rounds of that fight. That was the end result of them.
Anderson does not look good, Sergio.
No, the punches are landing too much. It's going to be another uppercut.
Is this the end of Anderson?
Bakole wanted his heart. He's taking his heart.
7. You want to go? 8. Rock toward me. Rock toward me.
I don't like the look in the face of Jared Anderson.
You want to go? One more time.
They're going to let him go one more time. Bakole seconds away from the biggest win of his life. Martin Bakole has Big Baby bouncing off the ropes, and he's done it. Martin Bakole with an epic performance in Los Angeles.
Bakole, the beast of the Congo. Man, that was a beatdown he put on Jared Anderson. Taking the O of Anderson now. That's crazy. That is crazy.
And just think of the future opponents that he could take on. I'd love to see him in there against AJ, against Fury, against Usyk, against Ruiz, anybody. If Bakole sign me up.
He fits in just nicely in the era of these titans of 6'6" plus heavyweights. We got a new one in the mix with Martin Bakole. Man, that was nuts. That was a beatdown. I didn't expect it.
There were a lot of people, Chris, that questioned Anderson agreeing to this fight. They thought he needed a little more seasoning, but I'm not sure any amount of fights were going to prepare Anderson for what we just saw.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Martin Bakole is simply one of the most heavy-handed heavyweights in boxing.
Mayweather back in action again. That'll be Saturday, August 24th. Part 3. Mayweather and Gotti live. So the man we haven't seen in the ring since October came out and looked sensational. And look at him doing the Scottish jig, Sergio. What personality.
You gotta love this man. We got a new player in the heavyweight division. This guy's a monster.
You compared him to George Foreman. He's got that same kind of personality, doesn't he?
No. Not only the personality. We saw it, the second half of George Foreman's career, he became a jolly guy, a likable guy. That's when he made all his money. But the first half of the fight, he was a monster, an intimidating beast. We got a little bit of both in Martin Bakole.
So Anderson got dropped a total of 3 times, Sergio. Here was the first one in a round he was winning.
It was the exact same punch he got dropped with in the first round. In the corner, they wanted more uppercuts. They said, give me left and right uppercuts. Bakole did just that. Big left uppercut. Those shots you don't recover from. You can't prepare for uppercuts. Not from a big man like Bakole either.
And Sergio, he wasn't even rearing back and firing. It's just his natural strength from a short distance.
Believe it or not, those are arm punches. He's not twisting his torso, he's not twisting his hips, he's not getting the legs involved. That's just brute upper body strength by Martin Bakole.
21 wins, only 1 defeat, now 16 KOs for the 31-year-old man who lives in Scotland, but a native of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And I'm sure that country is going crazy right now, thinking about the possibilities that await their hero.
Man, what a statement Bakole made, I tell you. He said he was gonna do the exact same thing we just seen him do right now. I mean, Anderson needed to box, stay on his toes, stay on the outside. He was doing it in flashes, but Bakole was breaking the distance way too easy, absorbing those body shots to the gut just to land the big shots upstairs, and those uppercuts almost took Anderson's head off.
Unbridled joy of Martin Bakole. Let's make it official, Thomas Tribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes, 7 seconds of round number 5. Your winner by way of knockout and new WBO International and NABF Heavyweight Champion, Martin Bakole.
What a performance from Martin Bakole. And he will now speak with Chris Mannix, and this should be pretty entertaining, as the man who vowed to win by knockout just did it.